Very good.
Good job.
Your song, bitch.
Good job.
Evasion, evasion.
Evasion. Fuck that.
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ.
I walk into the party, my name is at the door. I get myself a drink, as I make it to the floor. I walk into the party, get my name at the door. But they want more, it's me, Do you wanna take a picture of me?
Big Crits is on farm now, and surprisingly, we're doing well.
It went pretty damn well.
So this re-clear went about how I expected to, honestly.
Like Suzu said last week, we expected to have some problems.
We wiped a bunch of Jinrock because it's fucking Jinrock.
With his ionization raid killer.
I think we wiped the third most on Jinrock in our whole clear. We wiped on Lei Shen the most.
Fucking Animus with his shit.
And then Jinrock. Everything else is either one shot or maybe one wipe. I think we had one wipe on Tordos or something like that.
But we did alright, you know. We did alright, you know. We kind of like put our heads together. We found out what we needed to do. Like on Animus, we shouldn't like aggro other people's mobs.
And people kept doing this, despite the fact that we had repeatedly told them, don't multi-dot. You don't need to multi-dot. We're fine on the DPS check. And whenever someone fucked it up and pulled them down, they're just like, oh, that's never happened. When you're failing at an aspect of the fight where the only way to not fail is to not be a meter padding World of Logs rank whore, that kind of pisses me the fuck off. Because I mean that's not incompetence, that's just selfishness.
13 bosses HP to 0. Like, that was the main game plan. If we can get 13 bosses, their HP goes and hits 0. That's like, we fucking won, you know?
We're to the point where we're able to clear in about 2 nights, a night and a half, I think is the real goal.
Like every week, we will definitely clear this instance. It's only going to get better and faster.
So, did anybody else use their last feather to, like, completely and utterly pat off all of the juveniles up top?
Oh, I
really
did.
Yep. I jumped from like wild, did it. I went from like 230k to like 290 like instantly.
I mean, nah, everyone knows me, you know. I hate every fight in Throne of Thunder, but there's a couple that I actually like, you know. I think probably my favorite fight would have to be Twin Consorts. You know, Twins is just the shit.
As a healer, I would say Twins, just because. As I went over in that episode, there's a shitload of damage to heal, and my class is really good at healing it.
You gotta kill them with cranes and like a tiger, you know, and an ox, you know, just ramming shit. Oh man, that's not good. Damn.
Anytime that I'm able to personally, like, either like as a DPS or as a tank, especially as a tank, if I'm able to like directly control or do a mechanic that like is going to help us win, those are the fights that I find the best. So I think Dark Animus was one of my favorites because I ended up being in the tank role in that one.
Honest to God, I really don't like this tier. I find it to be, I find the artwork of it to be really boring and droll. Do people still say that? And drab. Just like gray-ish everything. Everything's like with a splash of gray, and I don't really like it. If I had to pick one that's more manageable than the others, either Lei Shen or Rodan, because they're the ones we haven't done every week. Well, except for Rodan or Lei Shen Progress, but like, I don't know. The rooms are like a little bit different and a little not as boring.
As a player in general, though, I would definitely say Lei Shen, just because there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of raids splitting up, there's a lot of coordination, there's a lot of shit going on. It's very... It hits a lot of good buttons for me.
I like Lei Shen a lot too, even though it was getting frustrating near the end. Like, I think the bosses that are the most difficult I find to be the most fun, because you really have to put in a lot of effort, and then when you finally win, you get that big feeling of elation that you finally got it down. Like, that's really what you bring for, in my opinion.
Speaking of coin roll, Fabled Feather. Rolling.
Is it really Thunderforge? Wait.
I hate you so much.
Wait, Tack, are you serious?
Like, throughout the tier, there's been a few issues we've had to overcome, you know.
At the beginning of the tier, our healing team was okay. It was pretty good, and then a couple people quit, and it got pretty crap.
You know, I would just get, you know, killed, and I would look and be like, yo, where the heals at?
And then we picked it up, and we got some really good apps.
We got my dude Chrono, you know, Chrono's pretty good. You know, we got Sane, you know, both pre-healers pretty good, you know what I'm saying? We got Lenny. Lenny's a piece of shit. I fucking hate Lenny, but nah, he's pretty good. He's pretty solid, you know.
Newer players that have definitely brought the standard of play up.
One of the big issues we were having was like tanks and shit dying.
From last year, we had Pac on his Death Knight and Panda playing his Warrior, obviously, and that was our tank team for the first while. Later on, we decided to switch Pac to his Paladin, so he was playing on his Paladin a lot. His Paladin tanking wasn't that good. Once we started one-tanking Darubu, like, Panda was in Group 6, because all he does is tank, so he kind of stopped logging on, which made me really sad, because he's, like, one of my favorite people to raid with. But, I mean, now we have a much better Paladin tank than we were rocking before.
We got this Tavestian guy, he's like some foreigner that does the Paladin tank and stuff. And then we got Sleep Bear, whatever. He's new to the guild. He's this Aussie bear guy. I don't even know. He does dupa loops.
Has a monk ult too, so he's also able to play that in case there's something that just ends up being like really important for tank DPS that Brewmaster's really good at. So I think going into next tier, we're going to have a really good setup.
I do think we're stronger than at the beginning of the tier. I think we get stronger every single tier.
Whether we're stronger or not player-wise, I'd say we probably are, but we are definitely stronger just in the social aspect and just how much fun we're having with each other.
Get Suzu up.
Syntax, go DBS the fucking boss. Don't teabag me.
Previously in the tier, on like the first episode, I was like, you know, I think we can be like a top 60 guild. At that point in time, we were doing pretty shit Zors, you know what I'm saying? So, I was trying to be optimistic. Being the fact that we ended where we were, I am shocked, you know what I'm saying? Like, the level of shocked I am is between, like, shocked and shocked.
So we ended up the tier as 55. We ended last tier at 52, and I think we would have been a lot higher last year had we not like bumbled Chop Fear so hard. But just in general, like our progression at the beginning of the tier was not good.
When I came back, the guild was just getting their first kill on Jinrock Heroic, and that was pretty disheartening because I've been gone for 2 weeks. So I assumed they would have killed it the first week and then gotten the next kill, like a kill or two on that first boss.
At the start of the tier, I thought our raid group was unprepared. You can attribute that to gear, you can attribute that to people not logging on, you can attribute it to whatever you want.
And also there were a couple kills that were like a week later than they should have been, and we really should have had the kills, but we didn't.
I personally think that, yeah, we could have played better, obviously. Like, I'm sure like you could beat that fight with a bunch of blues if you were that badass. But I think the lack of gear really hurt.
Like, that's the worst we've been all expansion. So, I mean, it's okay.
Well, the story was we started out of the gate really slow. We didn't clear everything on 25 man the first week. We didn't kill a heroic boss on the first week. We could have, even though a lot of people did. Horadon took us a long time as well.
You know, it's some next level shit. You know,
we made it up big time on a lot of the later bosses because Lei Shen was okay. Raden only took us one night. That was good. Our Dark Animus only took us like 3 days or something like that. That was amazing. Some guilds took weeks on this encounter.
And then towards the end, we hit it hard. We destroyed, I think, the last excluding Lei Shen because he took a month. But I think we did like the other last five bosses, like in maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, which was pretty damn good.
So we ended up being pretty similar to where we ended up last year.
Still not where we want. We're still trying to shoot for that top 50 end tier. Maybe we'll get it this coming up tier.
I personally think that ending 55th in the US is like really fucking good, you know. We only got 2 places lower than Aftermath, and you know, Aftermath is on top of shit, you know what I'm saying?
We have a huge platform here, and like there were literally 4 people just standing on top of each other, like with their hands up each other's asses. It was quite entertaining.
Dude, G-Con ultimate troll.
Hands between your butt cheeks. That's nature's pocket.
I'm pretty proud of that. You know, we're definitely improving as a group, as a team.
We're doing very well. We're doing great. We're still getting in some amazing recruits. Everybody's having fun.
You know, currently with our group comp, with the people we got, you know, we're solid as shit.
One thing I'm really hoping for next year, I'm not hoping for so much a lot of new players to come in. It's good when good players come in, but I'm hoping for the synergy to be really there and really strong. I want people in the raid team to really be able to work well and know what the other people are going to do instead of trying to figure out if this person knows what he's doing or not.
So I think if we can bring this into next tier and keep improving on the areas that we have in the past and just keep it going, I have a good feeling that next tier we could do even better.
I don't see us slowing down anytime soon.
And overall, yeah, I think we're going to do better. So, like, looking forward to next tier, and yeah, bring on Garrosh, I guess.